bertindak bagi pihak drawer. Basically, the bank who gives out the, or the bank that transfer the money, the bank which issues checks to its customer. This way, eh? Hmm, okay, this way. Okay. Okay. All right. So, definition of paying bank: the bank which issues checks, or the bank that transfer the money. Then the paying bank, or we call it as a drawee bank, okay, is under a duty to pay the amount of the check and to the right person according to the customers or the drawers mandate. Now, uh, okay. Now, so paying bank adalah the duties. Okay, the duty of the paying bank is to make sure that the check that has been cashed, the bank transfer the amount to the payee. Okay. Now, the risk of the paying bank is that the paying bank pays the amount if the paying bank pays the amount of the check to the wrong person. Okay. So, for example, the pay to someone that is not named on the check. Okay. Now, the bank must bear the loss. So, the bank must compensate the loss, must refund the money to the customer or to the payee. Okay, for its breach of duty towards its customer because of non-compliance of the mandate. Now, we have established before that check. Sorry, please wait. So, check. Okay, check is actually is an order called customers order. Okay, customers order. So, order of what? Okay, order to transfer the money. Okay, transfer money. So this is the order or mandate. Okay, we call it as mandate, or sometimes we call it as order. Now the bank must comply. Okay, the bank, okay, its job is to comply this process. Okay, to comply with the customer's order. Now, if he transfers the money to someone else, meaning that the bank has breached, or the bank has acted against the customers, order, telah bertindak melawan ataupun telah bertindak tidak mematuhi, not following the order of the customer. So that is the risk of the paying bank. Now, the second is conversion. So what is meant by conversion? So conversion means that someone else when a person use someone else's goods ataupun someone else's rights. Okay, for example, this check, okay, without or her without his or her permission, okay, tanpa kebenaran. Okay, so that is called as conversion. So when the we also have established before that check belongs to holder or the payee. Okay, okay. Check is belong to the holder or to the payee. Okay, not to the bank. Now, if the bank cash the check to someone else, basically the bank has conversed. Okay, the bank has used or transferred the money without the permission of the payee. So that's the second risk of the paying bank. But paying bank are protected under. There are several situations where the paying bank will be protected, okay, under Bill of Exchange Act. For example, under Section 59, payment in due course. So what does it mean? So if payment is made in good faith, okay, made in good faith, or at or after maturity of the bill to a holder, and without notice that his title is defective, the bank will not be liable even if payment made to the wrong person. Now, so payment in due course meaning that the bank just following the order that has been stated on the check. Okay, bank just follow the order on the check. Okay, for example, so Bedul draws a check on Kaya Bank payable to Dola. Now, Dola, on receiving the check, endorses it in blank. Okay, thus making it now payable to a bearer. So this involve blank endorsement. Okay, blank endorsement. Now, so the effect of blank endorsement is that the the check will be can be sorry. Okay, the check now can be payable to a bearer, meaning that anyone who bring the check, the cash will be paid to him. Okay, the cash will be paid to anyone that bring the check. Now, so Dola misplaced the check and Jenal finds it and takes it to Kaya Bank. Okay, for example, now let's say so Bedul if check to Dola. So Dola gave a blank endorsement. Now, and then it was told by a thief. Let's say it was told by Jenal. Okay, and now so Jenna go to the bank to cash it. Okay, cash the check. So in this situation, when the bank receive the check with the blank endorsement, so on the surface, we can see that okay, the order blank endorsement meaning that it can be payable to bearer. So the bank pays the check to Jenna. Okay, because the bank act based on what of the order of the check. Now, the bank will not be liable to the true owner for wrongful conversion, and the bank is entitled to pay General, who is the holder of the check. Okay, so the bank just acted according to the check, and since payment has been made to a holder in good faith, and without notice of the defect in title, the bank has discharged the check and by payment in due course in accordance to Section 59, the bank can debit Bedul's account. So there is no problem in that transaction because, like I said, the bank just follow the order that has been stated on the check. So far, you guys understand me? Faham tak?
Faham, sir.
Okay, baik. Now, so second protection is under Section 60, where the endorsement has been forged or has been, it is an unauthorized endorsement. Now, so a paying banker is expected to know his customer's signature. Now, I believe that when you guys first open your account bank, there is a form that you guys need to sign, correct? Betul tak? Ada form yang you guys kena sign.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so let's say in the future, if the bank requires that, for example, you want to withdraw money, then you guys you need to sign first, for example, especially when it comes to large withdrawal. Okay, kita nak keluarkan, for example, we want to withdraw 30,000 ringgit in cash. So that amount, the bank usually requires us to uh, make it to a counter, okay, because ATM can only release up to 1,500 only. Okay, now, so when we sign the form, the bank will compare our sign, okay, our signature. Okay, the bank will compare our signature. That is why it is advisable that after you guys has signed the form, do not change your signature. Jangan ubah tanda tangan. Okay, do not change your signature. Why? Because if there is or if there are differences, okay, on your current signature and the signature that you give to the bank will not authorize the bank will not recognize you as the owner of that account. So be careful. Now, so back to the protection, the second protection. Now, so the banker should know their customer's signature. So the paying banker will not be protected if he pays a check with the drawer signature is forged. Now, kalau if the bank tengok dah, okay, the bank sees that, alright, the bank receive a check, and we have learned before that the drawer, the one who give the check, they must sign the check. So the bank must compare the check with the signature that they have their in their system, okay, in their database. So if they found that, okay, this signature is not the same as the one that they have in their database, so the bank should not should or shall not give or transfer or cash the check. Now, but however, if a paying bank is not expected to know the signatures of other person who are not its customers, therefore Section 60 protects the paying banker if he pays check which bears a false or unauthorized endorsement in good faith and in the ordinary course of business. So this situation will arise if the banker could not detect the forgery. Okay, alright. So wait a minute. Okay, so bank is not liable if it can detect the forgery. Okay, kalau bank tak dapat detect, if the bank cannot detect the forgery, then the bank will be protected. Okay, now as long as it is done in good faith, okay, so good faith means done honestly. Okay, and during in the course of in the ordinary course of business. Ordinary course of business mean payment is made during normal banking hours and in accordance with the crossing of the check. Okay, so that is the definition of ordinary course of business. Now, for example, A draws a check on Kawanku Bank in favor of B. Okay, so A here draws a check for B. Okay, and let's say it was stolen by C, okay, who later negotiates it or transfer it to D, and then D transfer it to E. Okay, so many negotiation or so many transfers. Now in regard to C, it was stolen. Okay, D negotiate, D to E also negotiate. Negotiates in this in negotiable instrument means transfers. Okay, so C transfers to D, D transfers the check to E. Now, so later E cash it. Okay, so this way, so later E cash the check. Now, so okay, now if the bank, so if the bank, okay, bank cash it in good faith, okay, good faith and ordinary course of business, okay, ordinary course of business, then the bank will not be liable. Okay, the bank will not be prejudiced by forgery. Okay, let's say C stolen it and forge force the signature, for example. Okay, now the bank, by acting based on the check itself in good faith and during ordinary course of business, then the bank will escape liability or the bank cannot be sued. Okay, in simple terms, the bank cannot be sued by the drawer or anyone. Okay, so the effect here, there are 6 effects in regards to these situations. Okay, the first one, the bank is entitled to debit its account for the amount of the check. Now the bank can, okay, the bank can debit, meaning that transfer the money to E, right? So the bank can transfer money to E. Okay, now and then the bank is not liable to be the true owner under section 60. So B here cannot, okay, can't sue bank. Why? Because the bank acted based on the order of the check. Okay, the order listed or order stated on the check, because even though it was forgery, okay, but because the bank acted honestly and acted in ordinary course of business hours, then the bank cannot be liable even against B. Now B cannot sue A. Now, in regard to A, okay, B cannot sue A. Sebab kalau kita belajar sebelum ni, because when we learn before, okay, if let's say we cash a check, okay, kita nak cashkan check, if we want to cash a check and then turns out the check was dishonored, okay, the check tersebut adalah check tendang, okay, the check was dishonored, then we can sue the person who give us the check. Okay, kita boleh saman orang, we can sue the person who give us the check. But in regard to this situation, since the money has been cash, according to the payment was made in due course. Okay, the payment was made in due course, just like the first exception here. Okay, the payment in due course. The bank only acted what based on what of the order on the check. So in this situation, B cannot sue A. Now, but the B here can sue C, can sue D, can sue E for conversion. What is conversion again? Apa itu conversion? What is conversion? Apa conversion tadi? Anyone? Apa maksud conversion tadi? What is meant by conversion just now?
When someone use the right without his consent.
Okay, so when use someone's goods ataupun someone's things without his permission. Okay, so in this case, both all C, D, and E has used the check. Okay, has used the B's check without the permission of B. So later B can sue C, D, and E for conversion. Now, and let's say E has to return the cash to B. Okay, so meaning that the cash, it is the same like the check has been dishonored. But in this situation, the check is honored, check telah ditunaikan, the check has been cashed, but he cannot take the money to his for himself. He had to return it to B. So when that happened, it is almost the same as the check has been dishonored. So we have learned again that if the check is dishonored, we can sue the person who give us the check. Alright. So in regard to this situation, E can sue D. Okay, E can sue D. And D, of course. So same situation, the check like the D here can sue the person who give him the check. So D later can sue C if C can be found. Okay. So far, do you guys understand me? Faham tak?
Faham, sir?
Okay. Alright. Now, we move on to the third protection of paying banker. It is where the check has no endorsement or irregular endorsement. Okay. Okay. No endorsement meaning that there is no name on the check. There is no cross in that check. Okay. For example lah. Okay. So that is called as no endorsement. Okay. Example. Okay. Example means no name, no pay's name, pay's name on the check, or no no crossing. Sorry, no crossing on the check. Okay, tidak ada crossing. Okay, pada check tersebut. So that is called as no endorsement. Okay, or it is irregularly endorsed. Okay, what is meant by irregular endorsement? Meaning that endorsement does not correspond with the designation of the payee or special endorsee appearing on the check. Okay, so basically nak bagi mudah faham, to make it easier to understand, no endorsement. Okay, alright. So the bank acted again based on the order stated on that check. Okay, then the bank will be protected as long as it is done in good faith and in ordinary course of business. Okay, so that is the third protection. Okay, for example, someone steal the check, okay, the check that has no endorsement, no page name, and then he puts his own name, okay, put his own name. So the bank again acted based on what has been stated on the check, give cash to that bearer or give the money to the one who bring the checks. So then the bank will be protected as long as it is they acted in good faith and in under the course of business. Okay, and then for cross check. Okay, cross check under section 80 protects a bankers if he pays a check in good faith without negligence and according to the crossing. Okay, the bank again follow the check and follow the order that stated on the check, i.e., in this case, just follow whatever that has been crossed to a person who is not the true owner. For example, Ali draws a check Lion Bank in favor of Hassan, okay, and Hassan, on receiving the check, crosses it generally. Okay, what is meant by general cross? Anyone remember what is general cross? What is general cross?
Have a check bears across its face to parallel transference lines imply or
Okay,
in those lines.
okay. So is there anything that between the lines, within the parallel lines?
Not negotiable.
Okay, so usually it is not negotiable ataupun okay, usually whether it is blank, okay, or the bank the cross have not negotiable. Okay, for example, non-negotiable. Okay, so that is called as general clauses. Now, let's say the check has been stolen by a thief. And before that, what is the effect of crossing? What is the effect of crossing?
The paying banker can only pay the amount of the check to a collecting banker.
Okay, good. Can only pay into bank account. Okay, so that is the effect of the crossing. Now, so let's say Ali give the check in favor of Hassan with general cross. So the check is stolen by a thief who goes to the Tiger Bank and pretends that he is Hassan and open an account in that name. Okay, so let's say the check have the name Hassan on it. Okay, and then someone steal the check. Okay, so Ali give check to Hassan, and then it was stolen by a thief, and then go to the what thief do is open uh, an account with Hassan name. Okay, for example, he said that his name is Hassan and he wants to open account on that name. Okay, on Hassan's, and then Tiger Bank presents check to the Lion Bank who pays in good faith and without negligence. Okay, so in this situation, again, the bank only acted based on what? Okay, based on what that has been stated on the order. Okay, only general crossing. Okay, and then the name already there, Hassan, and the thief has opened an account under Hassan's name with Hassan names, and the thief the thief withdraw the money. So in this situation, okay, the paying bank, which is the Lion Bank here, okay, Lion Bank is the paying bank. Okay, paying bank cannot, sorry, paying bank will be protected. Okay, can whether Ali or Hassan cannot sue Lion Bank for who sorry, Ali and Hassan cannot sue the Lion Bank for transferring the money to the thief because again the Lion Bank here only acted based on what that has been stated on the checks. Okay, faham tak setakat ni? Do you guys understand me? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Ada tak yang tak faham? Is there anyone that cannot understand this situation?
Boleh tak kalau seulang lagi sekali, sir?
Okay, baik. Alright. Okay, so I will again back this erase back here. Saya padam balik. Okay, this way ya. Okay, now saya padam semua. Now, so okay, now so Ali draws a check. So Ali draws a check to Hassan, where the Lion Bank is the paying or collecting. Lion Bank here is collecting or paying banker.
Tinggi.
Paying, good. Okay, paying. Alright. Now, so let's say Hassan here, okay, endorse it, but by crossing the check generally. Okay, so cross check generally meaning whether there is no wording in between that lines or there is non-nego terms in that between that line. Okay, then it was stolen by a thief. Okay, thief. So then the thief here uh, go to the Tiger Bank. Now, so and then when he go to Tiger Bank, he open an account. Okay, open an account with Hassan name. Okay, menggunakan nama Hassan. Okay, so basically he dia menyamar. Okay, what is menyamar in English? He imitate, not imitate. Apa menyamar? Sorry, in English. Forgot the word lah. He acted like he is Hassan. Okay, and then open an account on Hassan's name. Okay, now Tiger Bank here is the collecting banker. Okay, Tiger Bank is the collecting banker. Now, so after Hassan open an account, okay, because the check need to be transferred into a bank account. Now, the thief now give the check to Tiger Bank, then the Tiger Bank will collect the money from the Lion Bank. And Lion Bank, before he transfers the money, he will check the check first. Okay, dia akan semak. Okay, he will check the check. Okay, check the check. Alright. So when the Lion Bank receive the check, all he can see is that the bank is has been has been generally crossed. Okay, the name of the payee on the check is Hassan, and when the bank consults Tiger Bank, Lion Bank will see that the account is on Hassan's name, but actually it is the thief. So again, the Lion Bank, by following the check, by following the order that has been stated on the check, dengan melihat apa sahaja arahan yang ada pada check tersebut, the Lion Bank transfer the money to Tiger Bank. Okay, so basically the Lion Bank has acted honestly. Okay, honestly, that is the bank only acted based on the order of the check. And in this situation, Ali and Hassan cannot sue Lion Bank. Tak boleh sue Lion Bank. Tak boleh saman Lion Bank, cannot sue Lion Bank because the bank only acted based on what or according to the crossing. Now, the Lion Bank here right now is protected. Dilindungi daripada disaman. Okay. So nanti kita akan lihat the person or the party that will be responsible for this situation is the Tiger Bank. Tiger Bank yang perlu bertanggungjawab. Okay, Tiger Bank is the one that need to be liable in this situation. But right now, we discuss on the paying bank. So the Lion Bank here cannot be sued by both parties. Hassan and Ali. So faham tak? Can you
Faham
understand,
sir.
right?
Faham
Okay,
sir.
baik. Alright. Okay, now we move on to the protection of collecting banker. Now, collecting bank, easy. The bank which collects the amount of the check from the payee or drawing bank on behalf of the customer, i.e., it is the payee bank, okay, or the bank for the holder of the check. Now, collecting bank under a duty to collect the amount and credit its customers' account with such amount. Okay, so collecting bank, of course, the duty is to collect the money. Okay, collect the money from the paying bank and credit its customer and take that money into the into its customers' account. Okay, so that is the duty of the collecting bank. And the risk that come with the duty is that the first one, to its customer for breach of contract due to the failure of the collecting bank to collect the amount. So the first risk is that the bank can be sued if a collecting bank can be sued if the bank fail to collect the money or collect the amount. Okay, so that is the first risk. The second risk is that, let's say, to the true owner, okay, for wrongful conversion, if the collecting bank improperly collects on behalf of its customer who was not entitled to the money. So this situation, this this risk is can be seen in here. Sorry, the line is not straight. Okay, sama macam yang atas ni tadi lah. Okay, because the bank here has collecting the money, has been collecting the money, but the money is not the money is not sorry not the money lah, sorry, the customer, his customer, the thief here, the customer is not the owner of the check, okay, is not entitled to the money, and therefore Ali, let's say in this situation, in this example, Ali and Hassan can sue the collecting bank, which is the Tiger Bank. But again, there is protection, sorry, there are protections. Okay, in regard to the protection of collecting bank, okay, there are certain conditions. Okay, there are certain or several conditions that need to be fulfilled. Okay, so the first one, the collecting banker must act for its customer, meaning that the collecting banker just doing his job. Okay, customer is a person who has an account with the bank, and a person becomes a customer of a bank as soon as he opened an account with the bank. For example, like this situation, the thief here has opened an account with Tiger Bank. So by right, Tiger Bank just following the order of his customer. But in order to exercise the protection, there are some consideration or some thing that need to be done by the collecting banker, i.e., for example, that the banker may be negligent in opening the account for the customer by not obtaining references or making inquiries so as to his standing, including the name of his employer or checking the authenticity of a reference given by customer. Now, I believe that all of you guys have bank account, right? Semua ada bank account, betul?
Betul.
Okay. When you guys first open an account, is there anything that the bank ask from you? Ada tak benda yang bank minta?
Minta IC apa semua.
Alright, so say first IC lah, okay, your identity card. Then apa lagi? What are the other document? Now, for example, Akilah, can you hear me?
Yes sir.
Okay. So before you open your account, what are your purpose in opening an what are your purpose? What is your purpose in opening a bank account?
Um, for study loan
Uh,
and also salary.
okay. So, for example, for study loan, okay, let's say your purpose to open a bank account is for study purposes. Now, what do you think that the document that will be asked by the bank?
Surat college.
Oh,
Yes,
confirmation of later.
yes, offer. Okay, yes, college offer letter. Okay, so that is the condition. Before this, sebelum ni, okay, before this, the bank will just ask for your identification, your IC, your passport, whatsoever lah. But due to many cases in regard to using of the account for illegal purposes, the bank has stricting the requirement in opening a bank account, which is if you want to open a bank account for study purposes, then you need to show your university or college's offer letter. And let's say you want to open a bank account because you are starting to work, okay, baru nak kerja, start to working, the bank will ask for offer
Offer
letter.
letter.
Okay, good. Okay, the bank will ask for offer letter. That is the duty of the bank to inquire such document. Okay, itu adalah tugas bank. It is the duty of the bank. Now, if the bank did not ask for this document and just simply register its customer as his customer, then the bank can be called as negligence. Bank akan dianggap sebagai cuai. And when the bank is negligent, then the bank can be sued by other parties. For example, like this in the situation above, in this situation, Tiger Bank here has negligently approved the application of the thief to open the account. Okay, because his name for sure not Hassan. Okay, and then instead of requiring the thief to show his identification, the Tiger Bank just simply allows the application. So the Tiger Bank here has acted negligently and therefore can be sued by Ali or Hassan by approving or by collecting a money that is not belong to the thief, or the thief here is the customer lah. Okay, customer of Tiger Bank. Can you guys understand me? Faham tak?
Yes, sir.
Faham, sir.
Alright, good. Now, the collecting banker must have acted in good faith. Okay, bertindak secara honest. Okay, acting honestly in collecting the amount, meaning that he doesn't know. Okay, doesn't know. So doesn't know that customer customer is not entitled to money. But first he must acted not he must acted in duty lah. Okay, the bank must acted in sorry, the bank has a duty of care to check the identity and the check to the authenticity, the reference given by customer. Only then the banker can acted in good faith. Okay, now third situation or third condition, the collecting banker must acted without negligence. Okay, this is almost the first S, the same like this lah. Okay, acted without negligence. Tidak boleh cuai. Cannot be negligent. Okay, if the bank acted in good faith but negligently, okay, so the bank will not be protected. For example, in the case of rubber industry against the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. Now, in this case, so the plaintiff here, okay, draw a check to Toh Wai Tech, okay, and it was crossed AC account pay only. So what is the effect of this crossing? Hmm? What is the effect of this crossing? Account pay only, meaning that apa maksud crossing account pay only?
Crossing tu dekat nama orang tu je.
Yes. can only transfer the payee can only credited or can only cash the money into a bank account only, into the payee bank account only. So the payee here must be the same as the one that has been named on the check. Now, so however, the check came into the hands of Lee Man Chu. Okay, so Lee Man Chu here got the check. Okay, so Lee Man Chu then opened an account. Okay, open an account with the name of Chop Toh Wai Tech. Okay, so he goes to Hong Kong Bank, the defendant here, Hong Kong Bank, and then open an account. Okay, account name Chop Toh Wai Tech. So pretending that this account is for a company. Okay, so when the bank asks for identification, okay, the Li Manchu here produce a business certificate. Okay, basically for Malaysia we have the SSM certificate, right? This is the same like the business certificate here is almost like the SSM certificates. Now, purporting that Lee Manchu was the sole proprietor of the Chop Tohai Tech. Now, so the bank when they received the certificate, which was a forged one, the bank allows the application, and then the bank, the bank, the Hong Kong bank here, collect the money from the paying bank. Now, so therefore, the check was in favor of Tok Wai Tech was paid into the account of Chok Tok Wai Tech. Okay. Now, in this case, the plaintiff, the owner, the owner of the check has sued the bank for negligence, and the court held that yes, the Hong Kong bank has acted negligently on two grounds atas dua sebab. The first one is the first negligence is that the bank allowed the opening of the account, but there is no requirement was made at the registry of sorry at the registry of business, or in Malaysia, the bank should check. The bank should inquire with SSM for Malaysia lah. In this case, the bank should make an inquiry with the register of business to verify the certificate. So that is the first negligence. The second negligence is when the bank collecting the check. So the check was cross account pay only. So the pay's name is Toh Wai Tech. But in this situation, the bank, the name approved by the bank is Chop Toh Wai Tech. Okay, CTYT. Okay, by right, the bank should not collect the money from the paying bank. Okay, sepatutnya tak boleh collect lah. Cannot collect the money from the paying bank, but instead they still collect the money lah. So the collecting money, as the Hong Kong bank still collect the money from the bank, and therefore the bank here are not entitled to the protection under Section 82. Okay, so dalam kes ni bank tersebut tak dapat diselamatkan lah. The bank can be sued by the owner. Now, if you guys can see, okay, we stop here. Kita akan stop sini sebab rasa tak cukup masa. We don't have enough time actually, okay, to cover all in the remaining 10 minutes. Okay, so actually in regards to protection of paying banker, perasan tak sebenarnya dia melibatkan benda yang sama. Actually, it involves with the same thing, i.e. the bank only acted based on the order on the check. Perasan tak? You guys recognize that?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes. If you, for example, first protection, payment in due course, bank just follow the order on the check. Again, Section 60, false or unauthorized endorsement. The bank is not liable if it can detect the forgery. Basically, the bank just following what is the order on the check. The third protection, no endorsement. Again, no endorsement, for example, no payee name on the check. And therefore, the bank just follow the order. And the fourth protection, cross-check. Again, the bank acted based on the order, that is the cross. Okay, and as long as the paying bank follow the order of the check, the order that is stated on the check, then the bank will be exempted from liability. The bank cannot be sued. That is, if you guys perasan lah, if you guys notice lah about the protection. Okay, but as for the protection of the collecting banker, they will be protected as long as they comply with all of these conditions. Okay, so far do you guys understand? Any question? Any question? Ada soalan tak?
No, sir.
Okay. Right, do you guys want this notes yang dah saya ada contoh ni, this annotated notes?
Nak rasa yang itu cantik.
Okay.
Boleh, sir.
Okay, tak apa. Okay, later I will putting this annotated notes in LMS, okay? Dalam chapter 6, in topic 6 lah, okay? Right. So I will call the attendance. Please wait. Business law section 2. October. Okay, please wait. Attendance. Okay. Now, Ain Zain Fariza, are you here? Ain Zain Fariza. Ain Zain Fariza. Nama ada. If you guys are here but not responding to my call, your name will be considered absent, yeah? Ain Zain Fariza. Okay, Ashmanuha.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Auni Adlina.
Saya, sir.
Okay, Izian Aiza.
Saya, sir.
Khairun Nisa Husna.
Saya, sir.
Amirul Fitri.
Saya, sir.
Okay, Akil. Akil, are you here? Akil, not here. Azim Amza.
Saya, sir.
Okay, Daniel Amir.
Saya, sir.
Okay, good. Syafiq.
Saya, sir.
Okay, Nazira.
Saya, sir.
Iriani.
Saya, sir.
Okay, Syahiba Maisarah.
Saya, sir.
Amira Aliza.
Saya, sir.
Okay, Akila Azman.
Saya, sir.
Okay, macam marah ya.
Tak lah.
Atirah Razak.
Saya, sir.
Okay, Mas Diana.
Saya, sir.
Okay, Kurotul Ain.
Saya, sir.
Okay, Zulaikha Izzati.
Saya, sir.
Izzati Nasharuddin.
Saya, sir.
Okay, Izzati Pathil.
Ada, sir.
Oku.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Putri Nur Fatihah.
Saya, sir.
Okay, Khadijah Lokman. Khadijah binti Lokman. Wait, Khadijah. Okay, memang tak datang. Okay, Mia Sarah. Okay, Nur Ain Natasha.
Ada, sir.
Nur Hanisa. And one Muhammad Farhan.
Saya, sir.
Okay, I will call back the name that has not been responded. Ain Zain Fariza. Ain Zain Fariza. Okay, not here. Akil. Akil bin
Yeah.
Zuliz. Okay, ada. And then last but not least, Khadijah. Khadijah. Okay, not here. Alright, so that will be all for today, guys. So thank you, guys. Enjoy your holiday. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
Thank you, sir.